Greetings, minions, time travelers, and fellow gamers. This is Silverblade Dagger playing Back to the Future, the game. This is episode 1 of the game and episode 1 of my video series. Not to get too confused because, well, there's 5 episodes in the game. The game is broken up into 5 segments or 5 parts. And this is my first episode of it, and I am doing this game and this video today, October 21st, 2015, because today is officially Back to the Future Day. In the end of Back to the Future 1 and the beginning of Back to the Future Part 2, Doc, Marty, and Jennifer travel to October 21st, 2015 at approximately 4:29 p.m. and that's what today is. It's funny, it's been 30 years since the movie came out, huh? So anyways, for today, I'm going to play this game in celebration of the 30-year anniversary. Back to the Future, if you guys haven't seen any of my previous videos on any other game or heard me mention it in the live chat that we've had in the after party after Haladmer's live stream, you'll know that I am a major Back to the Future fan. Now, there's usually a classification. There's Star Wars fans and Star Trek fans, and they usually leave everything else out. But I am the odd duck. I am a Back to the Future fan. I love Back to the Future more than I care for Star Trek and Star Wars and just about any other sci-fi related, nerd-related stuff. I'm just a time travel nerd, I guess you can say. And so I'm absolutely fascinated by the movie. I loved it. It's one of the great science fiction movies that anybody can get into because they don't get overly swamped with the technobabble like Star Trek or Star Wars might even do. And it's just a lot of fun. So, in honor of Back to the Future Day, I am going to play Back to the Future the game. So, without much further blather from me, let's get to it. Yeah, and we're going to go without the hints, hopefully. So, no thanks on that. Now, the frame rates are choppy in the cuts or in the loading screens, but in-game they're actually pretty good. So, if you've seen my past videos and don't like the frame rates, this shouldn't be too bad. I worked out the lip sync so it works out really good.
Alright, I'm ready.
So am I.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. It's Saturday morning, October 26, 1985, 1:18 a.m. And this is temporal experiment number 1. Come on, Einie. Hey, boy, get in there. That a boy. In you go. Get down. Get your seatbelt on. That's it.
Whoa, okay.
Please note that Einstein's clock is in precise synchronization with my control watch. Got it?
Right, check, Doc.
Good. Have a good trip, Einstein. Watch your head.
Just like the movie. You gotta like the perspective that
You
you're
got
watching
that thing
things.
hooked up to the car?
Watch this.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Not me. The car. The car.
I could quote this thing by heart if I had to, but I won't.
If my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Watch this, watch this.
Boo. Alright, we're gonna play this exactly like it was in the movie.
What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour! The temporal displacement occurred at exactly 1:20 a.m. and 0 seconds!
Hot Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc. You disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future, to be exact. And at precisely 1:21 a.m. and 0 seconds, we shall catch up with him and the time machine.
And like I said, we're going to play these choices out just like they happened in the movie.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're going to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
That's anticlimactic.
Doc?
Huh, that's peculiar.
Where's the car, Doc?
It should have caught up with us 27 seconds ago.
Doc, what happened to Einstein?
No need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration of the time circuits. Marty, could you get my notebook? It should be in the toolbox.
Okay, most of this game is pure storytelling, which is awesome, but you do get some interactive moments into it, and we're going to check out the sealed container.
What's in the box?
Don't touch that! It's plutonium!
Plutonium?
How do you think I generated 1.21 gigawatts of power?
Yeah, how do you figure that, Marty?
Notebook. Got it. Flux capacitor?
That's it!
What the heck's a flux capacitor?
My latest invention. The thing that makes time travel possible. In this notebook, I've detailed the nearly 3 decades of scientific breakthroughs necessary to build a working time machine. If it ever fell into the wrong hands, the consequences could be catastrophic. Let's see. It's mass equals I times z, and E equals the square
This
root of
doesn't
z times c squared.
seem
And the
like
flux dispersal
it
rate is
happened in the
inversely
movie, right?
proportional to the
Doc, something's way off here.
Dun dun dun!
Doc?
Uh-oh.
Great Scott!
Doc, what is it?
I've made a horrible mistake!
This is heavy.
Doc! No!
I'm sorry, Marty.
Doc, come back! Doc! Doc!
I love the posters in the
Marty?
wall.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, Mom, it was just a nightmare. I was in the past, and Doc was there.
Well, you're safe and sound now. Back in good old 1986. But you'd better get up. Your father's waiting for you.
Huh?
Weren't you going to meet him over at Doc's?
Holy crap, I'm late!
Very punctual, this Marty McFly. I had to turn the music down in the settings because, well, I don't want to get in any trouble with this video and copyright infringement and all that. So here we are at Doc's garage. Got the clocks on the wall and the dog feeding mechanism, just like in Back to the Future Part 1 in the very beginning, with a twist. And there's the model that Doc made in 1955. Now, I'm not going to say much during the dialogue, because that's part of the story and it's fun, but these quiet sections are fine, I guess, for me to blather and geek out on. Now this takes place 6 to 7 months after the movies were over, and they're back in 1985. As you can see, it's May 14th, 1986. And here we go.
Dad, are we too late to stop the sale?
Better late than never. You wouldn't believe how much rare stuff there is back here.
That's Doc stuff. The city has no right to.
Now, son, I know you're upset, but your friend's been gone for months, and the city really seems hell-bent on using his land for that new parking garage. And, hey, is that a first edition Jules Verne?
It's just not fair. But at least things can't get any worse.
Yeah, they can.
Hey, Marty!
Hi, Biff.
Come to see if the old crackpot had any buried treasure?
Nah, I guess I'm just remembering.
Alright, so now we can explore around a little bit. There's the dog feeder.
Hey, let me...
Now, Biff, leave Marty alone. This is a very emotional time for him.
Oh, sure. Sorry, Marty.
Jerk. Nah, they don't make Calcan anymore. Or do they? Einstein's bowl's
Miss
empty.
Einstein.
Let's see. Oops.
Hey,
Biff?
sorry.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done this one again. Let's see. Clocks.
I wonder why Doc didn't take any of these with him.
Yeah, see, there's a couple missing. One of them being the clock that has the man hanging from the hour hand, which was foreshadowing Doc hanging from the arms of the clock in Back to the Future Part 1.
Does nature contrive it so that even with a time machine, you can intervene to prevent your own conception, for example?
More clocks.
Jennifer'd like that. She's into old stuff.
I would love to get one of those Felix the Cat clocks. So let's talk to dear old Dad.
Hey, Dad. Who's running this sale anyway?
Oh, that'd be me, son.
You? Why?
Well, once it became apparent that the bank was going through with the sale, I volunteered to oversee it in order to make sure that Doc's stuff would be treated with a modicum of respect. Isn't that right, Biff?
You got it, Mr. McFly.
I'm telling you, this sale is a joke. Doc's only been gone for a few months, and I happen to know.
Yes, you've told us he's not dead. He's on a trip. Let's say you're right. Have you considered that this trip may not have been entirely voluntary? I hate to say it, but Doc's run up some pretty sizable debts around town. Maybe he's just hiding from his creditors.
You got Doc wrong. Sure, maybe he's not so good with money. That's just because his mind's always on bigger things. But he's still a straight-up guy. He'd never run away from his problems.
Well, you know him better than I do, son, but the bank is within its rights to sell off his stuff. Maybe you should try to find some things to remember him by before Biff grabs them all.
See, that's the downside of time travel. Is, yeah, you could come right back to the time that you left, but if you're gone any speck of time between leaving and coming back, you might come back to your house foreclosed.
You got Doc wrong. Sure, maybe he's not so good things.
Well,
Alright,
you know...
already did this option. There we go.
What's Biff doing here? He wasn't a friend of Doc's.
It's a public sale, Marty. Everyone's allowed. Even Biff.
About Biff, Dad, I know you're trying to help.
He talks a big game, son, but he's not so tough. I've been dealing with him a long time. Believe me, I can handle him.
So can I.
I guess you can. Okay, son, I'll stay out of your way, but you know where to find me.
Don't need Dad to pop Biff in the jaw.
Do you think dreams can predict the future?
Well, you know I don't go in for that mystical stuff, but I do think they can reflect how you're feeling about the future. What did you dream?
Oh, just weird stuff about Doc.
Well, that's understandable, don't you think?
I guess, but I feel like it was telling me something.
Yeah, that sounded kind of inappropriate, having weird dreams about Doc. Ugh. Alright.
I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad.
Alright, so we did all our stuff with dear old Dad. Now let's go check out the back, because I want to get this thing off my screen. So let's take a look at the town square model.
Doc built this model at downtown Hill Valley way back in 1955. The clock tower in the courthouse even works. What the? Is that Doc's notebook in there?
Hey, that looks just like the courthouse. You gotta hand it to the old coot. He was good with his hands.
Biff, can I see that a minute?
This would look great in my fish tank. Give the old carp something new to nibble on.
Alright.
You know, you and my folks go way back.
Yeah, so?
So how about letting me have that model courthouse, for old time's sake?
No, I think I'll keep it.
Jerk.
Give it here, Biff.
Well, well, look at what we have here. Looks like plans for something. What's a flux catheter?
Ouch.
It's none of your business. Doc asked me
Brown's worm food, kid. But this looks like it might be worth something. Ha!
A flux catheter. Ow! That's gotta suck. So let's see, let's check out what we got back here.
Hope that wasn't poison gas or anything.
A little late for that to find out, right?
Feels like that was a lifetime ago. Actually, I guess it was.
Wait, I got one.
Alright.
Hey, Biff.
Excuse me.
I just can't let you keep that notebook. It's dangerous.
What, is it set to explode or something?
Well, in a way.
I'll take my chances.
It's just a notebook with Doc's scribblings. What did Doc ever accomplish?
Nothing.
Then it's worthless, right?
If it was really worthless, you wouldn't want it so bad.
I only want that notebook because, well, I'm sentimental. It's like a piece of Doc.
Doc's dead. Time
What
to
a-
get over it and move on.
What a softie, huh?
That notebook wouldn't mean anything to you. You wouldn't even understand what's in it.
You calling me ignorant?
Yep.
I'll pay you for it.
How much? Not enough.
Damn. That's cold, man. That's cold.
Never mind.
Alright, so let's wander around here before I get flagged for copyright violation. Which I'm not really doing, but, you know. Marty's
Hey,
guitar.
Dad, why's my guitar got a price tag on it?
Sorry, son. Must have been an overzealous clerk. Just pick it up. I'll iron things out with the bank.
Alright. So one of the things that you can do in this game is you can go in your inventory. You can look at stuff.
I keep this picture of my dad to remind me that even the most hopeless losers can grow up to be pretty cool guys.
Yeah, so there's hope for me yet. Also, you could see if he changes, which, you know, if you watch Back to the Future, you know that pictures indicate changes in time. So let's pull out the, well, let's examine it.
It may not look like much, but it packs a wallop.
Indeed. So let's use the item. Well, actually, first, let's just not use it. Check out the story on this
It
stuff.
took me forever to repair this thing after I blew it out last time, and now some jerk's gonna pick it up for pennies. Let's make some noise.
At least this time he learned to do it to 50% and not go to crank it up to 11, you know? There we go. So now let's get the guitar. Hook it up to the amplifier.
Here's an oldie, but a goodie. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, look, it's Chuck Butthead. Let me show you how it's done.
Uh-oh. You see where this is going, right? If you don't, well, you ain't seen the movie.
Now watch me blow the lid off this joint.
Whatever you say. Rock on, Biff.
Oh, shit.
And we now have the notebook.
Doc, where are you?
That sounds familiar, and just in time, too, right? Pardon the pun, or not. Alright, so let's see if it's Doc. I know what the story is, but
Doc?
don't touch it with your hands, it's cold. You ain't gonna listen to me. Told ya.
Einstein! Where do you come from, boy? Didn't you bring Doc with you?
Okay. So what do we got to play with in here? Flux capacitor. And you got the time circuit display, the switch, and we got a shoe.
Okay, Doc, I know I haven't seen you in a few months, but I'm pretty sure this isn't your shoe.
Unless he's taken up some weird habits. So we got a tape recorder here.
Marty?
Ah!
Marty, if you're hearing this recording, then the DeLorean's automatic retrieval feature is a resounding success.
Automatic retrieval?
In case of my failure to return to the DeLorean within an allotted time, I programmed the time machine to jump to these four-dimensional coordinates without me. As you are well aware, time travel is an inherently risky activity, and despite my elaborate precautions, there's always a possibility that I could land in trouble sometime, and that sometime is now, or then, or maybe later.
He's in trouble.
Timey-wimey.
You come to my rescue in the past, or was it the future? Anyway, I'm relying on you to do it again. Please take the DeLorean back, or forward, to whatever it is. I'm stuck in time. When you get there, I'm sure you'll figure out what to do.
That's it? Aren't you gonna tell me when that is?
Just go to the date specified on the time circuit readout under the heading marked Last Time Departed. Good luck.
Right. Last time departed. Oh, jeez. Come on. Crap!
Isn't that always the
Great.
case?
How am I supposed to find him now?
Okay, so let's check this out.
Looks like the time circuits still work. Now I only need to know when to look for Doc.
So let's look at the
I
display.
can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. Once I know when to look for Doc. I can use those to enter a...
Okay,
once
just said that. Alright. So, let's see, is there anything else? Nope, there's nothing else that we can do. Alright, so let's go see Einie.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie?
Lots of trouble. Alright, so I know there's not much else around to interact with. So what we can do is we'll look at the shoe,
This time-traveling shoe is my only clue to finding Doc.
and dogs have a good sniffer, and Einie is a very smart dog. So he will lead us.
What do you know about this shoe, Einie? Great Scott! I think he's onto something.
Man, that's heavy. Have to say it. Sorry, I have to. It's like mandatory. Someone says Great Scott, the other person has to say that's heavy. Or this is heavy. Or some variation of that.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. How's this supposed to lead me to Doc, Einie?
Okay, so yeah, we could walk around. Let's check this out.
I guess there's time for a quick game.
I mean, you have to use your hands? That's a baby's toy.
Okay, now I'm ready.
So I ain't gonna venture too far off the beaten path here. Let's see what liquor store door. We'll check this out. I haven't checked it out before.
I see you sneaking into that liquor store, young man!
Wow. Okay, so let's just get back on task, shall we?
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie?
Lots.
Why couldn't Doc have invented a dog translator?
Yeah, no kidding. Alright, so let's hit the buzzer. E. Strickland. Remind you of anyone?
Step away from the door!
Ah!
Now, let me get a look at you.
Marty's quite jumpy, isn't he?
Einstein, come on!
Just as I suspected. Hooligans! Get along now! Scat!
I'm no hooligan.
I'm not a hooligan, ma'am. I'm a teenager.
I wasn't born yesterday, young man. Aren't you the miscreant who skateboards through the town square every morning between 8 and 8:30 in a decidedly unpunctual manner?
Yeah?
All skateboarders are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up. State your business, child. You're making me miss Merv.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not sure why I'm here. Einstein here brought me, and...
Well?
E. Strickland? You aren't related to, Vice Principal Strickland, are you, ma'am?
Not that it's any of your business, but I'm his sister, Edna. Oh, and you're one of those McFly slackers, aren't ya?
Yes, what's old man what else has your brother been saying about me?
Nothing I couldn't have deduced from myself,
Slacker.
Can you let me in? I've got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Okay, now we'll show her the shoe.
A shoe? Wow, now what would I want with a... Huh? Stay there!
This is odd, but it's women and shoes. They never forget, apparently. And apparently she's been holding on to this one for a very, very, very long time. Awkward. Move along.
Leave that creature outside!
Aww.
Sorry, Einstein.
It's a hard dog life. It puts the lotion on its skin.
Took you long enough.
There's a lot of stairs.
To return the shoe, I mean. I lost it ages ago. You can put it down next to the other one. Much better. So neat and orderly. Yeah, I suppose you'll be wanting some sort of reward now.
No,
All I've got is tea and candy.
But...
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. I try not to jump to conclusions, but after all, 9 out of 10 people in this city are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up.
No, she didn't turn on the gas for
Have
the
a
tea.
seat, Sonny. Hey! You kids! Put out those cigarettes!
Come and make me, old lady. Alright, let's talk to Edna.
Miss Strickland?
Jack! Diane! I know what you're doing behind that tree!
Oh yeah, life
Yes?
goes on.
Do you remember when you lost your shoe?
Shoe?
That shoe over there.
Oh, that shoe! Huh. Aye, what a nosy Nelly! No one likes a busybody, you know.
But
Oh, fine, let me think about it. Yes, I remember. I lost it in a scuffle with a dog. Oh, when was it? Oh, yes, the day that speakeasy burned down.
a speakeasy in Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised, young man. Your generation doesn't hold a copyright on moral depravity, you know. Sin has been on the prowl in Hill Valley since the day it was founded.
Indeed.
Wow, a speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Don't romanticize the past, young man. Prohibition was a time when gangsters ruled the town while honest citizens quaked in their beds.
So where was it? That speakeasy that burned down, I mean.
That was ages ago. If you're looking for bootleg hooch.
No, I'm just curious, that's all. I'm a student of history.
Student of history, my Aunt Fanny. Yeah, your generation of hooligans and slackers could give two ripe figs about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store!
Huh?
The speakeasy used to be hidden in plain sight down there in the town square. Right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
What's with all the
What's with
newspapers?
all these newspapers?
This is my personal archive. I've got every issue of the Hill Valley Telegraph ever published.
Get out. Every single issue?
From 1871 to the present. If it happened in Hill Valley, you'll find it in my stacks.
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. Yeah, I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously the day after the speakeasy burned down.
Wow, she's really a sweet lady.
Doing some stargazing?
No, I set my sights on lower things. Is that? Tiff Tanner! Get away from that hubcap before I call your father!
Wow.
Don't
Okay
let
then.
me keep you from your business.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
Okay, so let's check out the stacks.
Don't touch those! My newspapers are in pristine condition and meticulously organized. Not about to let some street punk get jam all over them.
And you know, I can relate because I have boxes of comic books I have meticulously ordered and got them organized, and I'd hate for people to paw through them. Some of them are worth a lot.
Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Miss Pretty Whiskers is very particular about who handles her food.
And old lady candy.
Oh, the candy looks older than I am.
And take a look at the pictures.
Is that Vice Principal Strickland?
Mother never could keep little Gerald out of her clothes.
Marshal Strickland.
My grandfather, gunned down by Mad Dog Tannen over 100 years ago.
That's not how I remember it.
Yeah, Back to the Future 3, people.
Jeez, they all look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that?
Nothing.
Alright, so we can just kind of explore around a little bit.
Miss Strickland lost that shoe the day the speakeasy burned down. But when was that?
Now we're actually just looking around for clues, but I'm trying to show everything around, you know, all the options and stuff like that.
Miss Strickland, about your tea. You forgot to turn on the...
U! It's spelled with a U! You illiterate vandal!
Okay. So let's see. The only thing I think we can do now is pop the radiator open.
Man, she keeps it hot in here.
Hey, our circulation sucks at old age.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. And don't touch anything.
Alright. So while she's doing that, let's check out the newspapers.
Juveniles collide with manure truck. Nice picture.
No, you can click through these about 4 or 5 times, and each one will tell a snippet about what happened in the movies.
Brown Mansion destroyed. 1962. No, that's not where Doc's stranded. Alright, Einstein brought me this shoe, and Miss Strickland lost the shoe on the day the speakeasy burned down. But when did the speakeasy burn down? I at least need to know the year.
Okay, let's check it again.
Firm announces plans for Lone Pine Mall, Peabody Ranch to be rezoned for commercial development. I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least. Clint Eastwood plunges to death on runaway train.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks.
One more, I think.
October 28th, 1985. Authorities still mystified by mall shootout.
Yep, because the
I don't even know where to
Libyans,
start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
the Libyans probably split. All right, so check out the binoculars.
Hey, mind if I use your binoculars for a sec?
Go ahead, dear.
Valley Video. Biff. Remember videos?
Rebuilt in February 1932. So the fire must have happened before then. But when? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
Frisky grandma. Alright, so we've done all the checking we can in here. So what we need to do now is get her in the kitchen again.
There's the whistle. Surely the water's boiling by now.
Now we can check the stacks.
Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain. Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan?
Billions and
It's
billions.
Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
No!
My newspapers!
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
No! You've gotten my history out of order. Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done?
Nice going, McFly.
Now, get out! Get out! Get out! Help! Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
Smooth move, McFly. At least he's dressing for the part now.
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
Dressed for a Halloween party, a work uniform, costume for a school play. None of those are the truth. Of course, it's kind of hard to tell it the truth when you can't tell and that you're gonna go traveling through time. So, I would go for Halloween
It's
party.
a costume. Tonight's the big Halloween party.
Halloween party? In May?
Don't.
Never mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll barely know I was gone.
Time travel. Can never be late.
You ready to go, Einstein?
Alright, so let's get this bad boy fired up and all that happiness.
Time circuits on. Flux capacitor, fluxy.
So let's take a look at the
Okay.
display.
If Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc.
Alright. 88 miles per hour! It'll take a second to load. There we go. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Hey, Lion Estates. Or is that Glendale? Or... yeah. Very familiar, isn't it? Alright. So after this, we will call it an episode. Alright, so let's just let it get to the menu here. Come on. Alright, so yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. There's more to it in this particular game episode before we get to the next part. But, you know, we're running around 40 minutes right now, 45 minutes, so I figured we'll cut them up into chunks a little bit, makes it a little easier for you guys to watch. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a great Back to the Future day. Yeah, it's one of those little quirky little things where a movie from 30 years ago gives you a random date, and, you know, that time comes, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. So if you think about it, here we are 30 years later in the future, and I think the Cubs made it to the playoffs this year. I don't know, I don't follow the Cubs, but we got hoverboards, but not like in the movie. We got flying cars, but not like in the movie, and not many people can have them. In fact, I think there's just there's the Moeller Merlin, and then there's, I think, another car that you know, is designed to fly, but it's like a prototype type thing. We got 3D movies, you know, digital cameras everywhere. Let's see what else. Flat screen TVs, and they even got the Pepsi Perfect is coming out as a collector's edition. I think it's coming out today on the 21st. So, yeah, there were some predictions in Back to the Future Part 2 that have come true. But then again, there's a hell of a lot that haven't. There's also games that don't require controllers, and you can look at the the Microsoft Kinect, and then you got like the Oculus Rift as well. So there's some things that came true, some things that didn't. Predicting the future is a tricky business. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna try to continue this game series, to its conclusion. So I hope you'll stick around and watch for these episodes whenever I can get them uploaded. I haven't got a set schedule for this, but I will do what I can when I can. So yeah. Anyways, and the one thing I do want to mention is Christopher Lloyd, who played Doc Brown in the movies, is doing his voice in the game. Someone else is doing the voice of Marty, but he plays it really, really well. And I know that in the fifth part of the game, episode 5, there's a scene that has characters that are actually voiced by Michael J. Fox himself. I also heard that when they put this game out in one whole collection instead of 5 separate parts, they redid some of the voices using Tom Wilson, who played Biff in the movies. Apparently he's doing his own voice work for Biff in the game, or some of the Biff related relatives. So that's a little bit of interesting trivia about the game. So anyways, we're running pretty long on this, and yeah. So anyways, I hope you guys like this, and if you did, click the like button. I would definitely appreciate that. If you didn't like the episode, well, click the dislike button. But do leave a polite and constructive comment in the section below so I can know what you thought about it, and maybe I can either justify what I've done or get a genuine reason to change certain things to make things better. Can't learn without input, right? If you think this video is entertaining and can entertain others, or might help somebody else that's also playing the game, then by all means do share it. I'm on Facebook and Twitter, and you can share it with anybody on whatever social media websites you wish. I would definitely appreciate the free advertising. Also, please subscribe so you can keep up to date with all my videos. In particular, Back to the Future, if you like this, because, as I said, I don't have a set schedule for this yet. So you don't want to miss a single episode, right? So if you're subscribed, you won't miss anything. So anyways, guys, I do appreciate that you guys spent the time to watch this. I know it's been long. It keeps getting longer by the second. So anyways, yeah. So I will see you. I will seizure in the future. Twitch.